Welcome to Board Game Archaeologists, where we play time-worn games from the past. I'm Hunter.
I'm Rob.
And today we're looking at Don't Spill the Beans.
Don't Spill the Beans was made by the Schaper company in 1967. At least this version is. We've got multiple dates that we're playing with, but I know the oldest version that I know of in 1967, and this is it. It's one of those ones that come with a cool box string, and we have a whole series of those ones. It's made for 2 to 4 players, but it's better played with 2 and ages 3 and up.
The goal of the game is to take turns putting a single bean into this pot with a little plastic tray on it, and the objective is to get rid of all of your beans first.
Right, and just because it falls doesn't mean the game is over. It just means you have to pick those up and you continue to play until it does fall. And we're going to go to a close-up and actually play a round of this game for you.
To start out, each player gets an equal amount of beans. Since you're older, you go first.
Nice. And so the older versions of the game had real kidney beans in it, and that's what we're playing with today. The newer versions have some synthetic beans. The funny thing about kidney beans is they come in different sizes, so if you're really a stickler, you might want to weigh them out. 1. Now, if you can see that it's getting ready to tilt, so if I go on this side, I got a little more chance. Ah, no, we're going to go...
Oh, and so then I would take all of these and add it to my pre-existing pile.
And the game would continue until one of us are completely out of beans. So we would have to go again. And you'll find that very quickly in this game, you're going to run out of beans on the one side real fast unless you're playing with a whole lot of beans. Oh!
Especially if you lose twice in a row like that.
Right. So now I've only got this many beans, and no matter what happens, Hunter has no real chance of winning now. So that's basically how you play the game.
As you can see, it's a really simple game and really fast to go through if you're only counting it as like a single round.
Right. The one thing you have to do, though, is with kidney beans especially, since they're the weight they are, you have to either weigh it down, and we did put a weight in here. So I taped a weight on the inside of the bean top. It's removable, so you can put your beans inside. So we put a little bit of weight in there. Otherwise, it would have taken at least 40 beans to get it, just to get a little top heavy. And when you get good at it, you can pile that center up pretty high and get almost 50 beans in here anyway. So the only way to make it a real competition is with like 100 beans in each player's thing, unless you're going to weigh it down to make it more of a level kind of thing. So I think really once it falls, you should declare that person a winner or do best out of 2 or 3 instead of do the number call.
Yeah, and I even think that if you have something that's like an appropriate size and you can put more than like 10 of it into the pot.
Like a marble.
I think, yeah. Like anything that you think you could replace it with, it would probably work out better than beans.
Yeah, especially these beans. These are the best we could get, and they're not very big, so you end up using a whole lot of them. As you could tell, we were putting 20, 30, 40 of them in there to get it to move. It's a fun game, and I can see, doing it with little kids. It's probably not something that I would play again as an adult. But for little kids, I think it's fine. But I think you just make it so you win or you lose on it. You don't make it so you have to take more and just keep rubbing it in, because once you've taken a load of beans, you're kind of, over with anyway, because I'm going to be able to get rid of my beans pretty easily at that point.
Especially with that pre-existing problem of you can put like 40 in that thing.
Right. So finding something a little bit heavier or way in the top, and having the 4 people, I think, might make it a little bit better too. You're still going to put a lot of beans on there, and somebody's going to get stuck with a lot, but at least there's 3 other people distributing their beans to make the game last longer and see more sense. But again, I think if you just played each round until it fell and created a new winning structure that way, it would be just as good.
Yeah, I agree. This definitely seems like something for kids, unless you added a drinking element to it.
It's a fun game. You can tell it's the 1960s, definitely by the plastic feel. You can find this game. It's still available on Amazon.com. I think Hasbro's doing it. I'm not 100% sure. You can check out more games and toys at toyarchaeology.com. You can find us on our Facebook group and page, and also subscribe to us on our YouTube channel.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.